I have something that probably none of you are familiar with or are familiar with it. You're just now hearing echoes about it. I'm so proud to bring this to the radio show because it's called Frames with Photos. And we'll definitely get into the show about what that means. But they help nonprofit. So this is something you can benefit from as well as the nonprofits. I've got a father and son team in the studio today. It's Kurt and George McDowell. Am I saying that right?
McDowell, correct.
McDowell. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about the Oklahoma Senior Journal magazine before we get started. Like I mentioned, 33 years. This was started out of a need in my personal family when my mother was taking care of her mother, Laura Diffie, of that Diffie Motor Company fame. She just needed some extra help. And we began to research just in my immediate family and found that there was quite a few things that she could benefit from, but nobody was putting it in anything that was like the Oklahoma Senior Journal. It was spread all over the place. So we put it together. It was 16 pages, the first one. Now we're almost 100. The Oklahoma Senior Journal is here to be a reference resource guide, just to bring you information, to guide you, and to help you with the resources that are out there all in one place. So go to OKSeniorjournal.com. That's OKSeniorjournal.com, all like it's one word. Wait 2 seconds and a little prompter will pull up and have you join our e-newsletter. So we are going to have and have been having frames with photos on our e-newsletter where you can read more about it. They have a QR code there. But this show is going to give you a lot of information too. But this is something you can do, is join the e-newsletter, and we have all kinds of announcements on there. So this will just be one of them. Without further doodly-doos, I will talk to you about who's in the studio. These are little bios, and I may ask them questions throughout the bio. But George, the father, McDowell, and I'm saying that right?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Is that the before or the after?
There you go. George McDowell was born and raised in OKC. And you went to Northwest Classen and the University of Oklahoma.
Correct.
So you are through and through Oklahoma.
Okie all the way. In fact, both my sets of grandparents made the run of 89.
Did they?
Yeah, I made one from the north and one from the south.
That's fantastic. You got red dirt running through.
Yeah, that's right.
Running through them and over them.
Yeah. So George has been in the promotional product business. Will you just describe what that means to the
now
general
everyone's
public?
kind of referring to it as swag, and that's any product that's decorated with a company logo or corporate identity that people give out to promote their company. We've been in that for a number of years.
Yeah, it says over 50.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that's running through your blood, too. Yeah. But then you founded together with your son, or did you already have this, Kurt?
I founded it, and Kurt came at about the same time, correct?
Yeah, a couple weeks in.
Oh, wow. Okay. So McDowell Incentives in 1993.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And has been involved in many nonprofits. So are we talking about the business or just you all?
Both been involved as volunteers, board members, et cetera,
Right.
in a number of nonprofits in Oklahoma City.
Okay, great. Well, we have a list of few here, probably not everybody that you've been involved with, but Lyric Theater, Chance to Change. I've recommended several people to Chance to Change, and I've been to a lot of Lyric Theater. Salvation Army totally was a part of them building the new one out there on 10th and Penn. Then Town Hall, we represent, the Oklahoma Senior Journal helps represent them. And Crossings Church. Is this where you all go to church?
We facilitate a prison ministry for the church.
Ah, okay. I'm going to ask you some questions about that. Mm-hmm. Presently committed to fundraising for, this is George.
Instead of just promoting for the corporate world, we're really working now hard for nonprofits, churches, et cetera, to help them fundraise.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys are doing good things. When we come back, I will do Kurt, his bio, and we'll talk to him a little bit. I want to hear about that prison ministry. Very interesting. We will be talking about frames with photos today and getting that all explained to you, the ins and outs. We'll be back here on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which stands for the Oklahoma Senior Journal, here on 96.9 FM, Oklahoma's Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
I'm Kurt McDowell.
I'm George McDowell.
And we're representing FramesWithPhotos.com.
And my swag store.
With FramesWithPhotos.com, we know most of you have pictures on your smartphone. Why don't you upload your pictures to our site and get a framed photo? It's all printed and mailed and shipped from Oklahoma City.
I've got all these photos on my phone. How do I get them framed?
You go to FramesWithPhotos.com.
And how does that work?
You go to FramesWithPhotos.com, you hit begin framing, upload your photo from whatever digital device you have, and then pick the frame, and we'll do the rest.
Do you mail it to me or mail it to my friends if I order it as a gift?
If it's a gift, we'll mail it to them direct. If it's to you, we'll mail it to you direct.
What if I just want to send them a gift card?
You can do that. We've got virtual gift cards available that can be delivered by email or by phone. We've got about 12 different stock cards you can choose from.
Well, that's awesome.
Visit FramesWithPhotos.com or call 405-849-4960.
Email address?
info@FramesWithPhotos.com.
Hey, Ruth, where are you going?
You know I'm going to the state capitol for Senior Day.
When are you going?
I am going March the 3rd. Can't wait to get there.
I can't wait to see you there.
What?
March the 3rd. At 8:30, you're going to come in. You're going to the second floor rotunda. And what are you going to do there?
I am going to register there, and then I'm going to go and visit all the people there with information and see what I can learn.
I hope you get to see your legislator. I bet you he will or she will be there ready to hear what you have to say.
Oh, they'll be glad to see me again.
Oh.
I can't wait to visit with them and to let them know what's going on and what I care about.
That's absolutely right. And we would love to have all of you come and meet with me and Ruth. I'm Rebecca, and this is Ruth Roth. And we would love for you to register, and you can register to come, but you don't have to. Just come. But if you'd like to go on and find some more information, it's OKAllianceOnAging.org, or you can call 405-943-1895, and they will give you information there. We want everybody to come and visit us, don't we, Ruth?
We want them to be there. Show up, show out.
Make sure that you go on to OKAllianceOnAging.org and call 405-943-1895. Come to Senior Day. Woohoo, can't wait to see you, Ruth.
Woo! Hey,
we're doing it.
all right.
Yes.
Looking for an incredible place to live? St. Anne Assisted and Independent Living is the place for you. Looking for great food? Maybe a driver or a helping hand? St. Anne Assisted and Independent Living in North Oklahoma City is the place for you. Our residents enjoy a huge variety of activities, concierge services, and maintenance-free living. Come and take a tour with us and check out our amazing and friendly lifestyles. Pets are also welcome in our community. To learn more about our fun and affordable campus, call Lisa today at 405-721-0747, extension 322. Or you can also visit our website at StAnneRetirementCenter.com. Remember, call us today at 405-721-0747, extension 322. Or go to our website, StAnneRetirementCenter.com.
This is Robin Gunn, editor and publisher of the Oklahoma Senior Journal. We've been around for 33 years, your resource guide for the 50-plus generation and their adult children. At 650 locations in the 405, if you cater to the 50-plus, I would like to feature your services or business in our next issue. Give me a call at 405-816-7889. OKSeniorJournal.com. Well, here I am back, Robin Gunn with the Oklahoma Senior Journal. And you're listening to us on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour. And I maybe gave you a big hint, but what does OSJ stand for?
Oklahoma Senior Journal.
That's right. Good job. Almost like we rehearsed it. Well, we didn't get to Kurt McDowell's bio. Born and raised in Oklahoma City, just like his dad, Kurt McDowell is a graduate of Brown University. Where's Brown University?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay. Wow. That was probably pretty cool.
They talk funny there.
But they don't think we do. And your co-founder, as we were speaking earlier with George, of McDowell Incentives, Inc., a full-service promotional marketing firm headquartered here in Oklahoma City, in addition to minority ownership of Frames with Photos. So this is what we're mainly going to be talking about in the show today. Kurt has also served on many nonprofit boards, including Big Brothers Big Sisters, great foundation, and Next Gen Under 30. Just briefly say what that is.
Well, Next Gen is a great project. It's been around for quite a while, and it's basically a way to recognize those achievers that are under 30, because really you want to keep your achievers in state, and that's the goal, is to keep smart go-getter Oklahomans in Oklahoma.
Yes, there you go. So, this Frames with Photo was started right here in Oklahoma and is very local, and so are all the nonprofits, correct? Those are local.
Correct.
Okay.
Although we will deal with nonprofits coast to coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. So Kurt is very passionate about the nonprofit sector and currently serves on the prison ministry staff at Crossings Community Church. What does that mean and entail?
Crossings has aggressively gone into prisons, really started a couple of years before COVID. A pastor on staff just really took it in his heart and started going down to Joseph Harp in Lexington. And then during COVID, the Department of Corrections came to Crossings Church and said, look, we've got nothing like this at our other locations. So we started sending DVDs.
Wow.
Actually, we sent DVD players, TVs, sound equipment, as well as DVDs every week to each prison location in the state, over, I think, 22, 23
really
different locations. So, and then when it opened up, we wanted to get feet on the ground and actually send volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
We took over, actually, the James Crabtree location, which just opened up after COVID, and we are responsible for the volunteers that service that one, and that has a medium facility and a minimum facility.
Okay.
So we'll bring a service there every week.
That's fantastic. Go ahead, George.
Like I say, now there's over 200 volunteers. We actually physically go to 12 prisons. And James Crabtree's in Helena, Oklahoma. You got to want to go there. But it's like 31 miles northwest of Enid is where we go.
Oh, okay.
We've
Wow.
got about 25 volunteers that are under us.
And you said 200 volunteers?
Over 200 volunteers at Crossings going to the various facilities.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's about 1,000 inmates that go to our service every week at all
Okay.
the locations.
Wow.
So.
That's great. I love hearing that. And Crossings has such a good message. I like the church. You also do children's leadership at Bible Study Fellowship.
Yes.
So what is that age group?
Well, it depends. It changes a little bit every year, but basically it's K through 12. We rotate every year. And actually this year I've done, they throw me wherever they need me.
Okay.
I think I've been doing the children's part for about 18 years. So.
Have you? Okay. Yeah. So that's in your blood too.
Yeah.
We got things flowing through the blood in more ways than one. So we have some questions here, and I just want to start knocking these out because I became very interested in Frames with Photos when George came and talked to me, and it just made sense. Once you start talking about it, it really does. We went to I would call it an information conference last night on it too. So I, first of all, want to be able to say, I'm going to ask the Captain Obvious question, which is, how did you get into fundraising? I want people to know, just right off the bat here, what's a phone number they can call and what is the website?
The website is frameswithphotos.com.
Frames with an S, photos with an S.
And the phone number you can dial is 405-849-4960.
Beautiful. We'll be giving this out throughout the show and at the end. Thank you so much. But you can get ahead of yourself here and on your phones or however you're listening to the radio show today, you can go to frameswithphotos.com. The Captain Obvious question I mentioned, how did you all or Frames with Photos get involved with fundraising?
Obviously, before the advent of Frames with Photos, we basically got into the fundraising because we were on nonprofit boards, and just about every board where we served, we were struggling for revenue.
Right.
So I was also in Boy Scouts. I hated the way we raised funds in Boy Scouts. For lack of a better term, we were wanting to build a better mousetrap, something that would be easier for organizations and actually doesn't replace their main fundraiser, but would enhance it.
Enhance it. Yeah. That's what you want to do. Build those better mousetraps, like you mentioned.
Right. Yeah, because we kept seeing it's like pulling teeth on some of the fundraising that we had to do, trying to put special events together or, projects. We also, fundraising kind of down a little bit. So we also realized there's a need out there for fundraising because the donations aren't where they were.
The word fun is in fundraising.
Right. Yeah.
We need it to be fun.
What we can do that might provide some passive income. And that's kind of how this project developed, how we can enhance what charities are already doing and not take away from their normal fundraising activities.
Got you. So what inspired Frames with Photos, Inc.?
Well, that we actually have to put in Don Swift.
Don Swift, yes. Shout out.
He actually, who is really over Next Gen. Next Gen is a Don Swift idea. So basically...
He does 55 over 50.
Yeah,
is that right?
He does that as well. Yes. But he actually thought of frames because Don's been in the photo print business forever,
he has.
And photography, and he's had great magazines as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought it would be a great idea to help fundraise for Next Gen. So it really originated just to be a Next Gen fundraising arm. And then it sort of blossomed as, a lot of other different charities could use this as well. And then a few months in, he approached George, were you his pledge trainer in your fraternity, or were you?
No, I came in kicking and screaming, and
wow!
It was
man, you're so confident about it now.
Yeah, he came. I'm going. This will never work. He talked to me, and then one of the other investors just said, "George, you have to be in this, or I'm not going to be in it." So finally, I agreed to get involved, and then we started seeing all the possibilities of it and all the fundraising that we can do. And I just got sold on it. I mean, the more I looked at it, the more I studied it, the more I got involved, I realized this is a real winner. And then we dedicated the whole company to fundraising for charities. That's going to be our whole marketing approach.
That is beautiful. I want you to know that my audience is out there screaming at me going, Frames with Photos, what does it do? Let's get to the cut.
Nuts and bolts, what it does? Well, basically, it's really what the name says. It's an online photo framing company, so people can
but it's local.
Frames.
It's Oklahoma.
It is local, but people can upload their photos from their phones, their tablets, their laptops, their desktops to our website and pick from any selection of frame sizes. We print it here in town. We package it here in town and ship it wherever it needs to go throughout the United States.
Right. The frames come right from here, too.
Right.
We are going to have to take a break. This is called a cliffhanger because we've got much more to talk about on what Frames with Photo does. You've been listening to us on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which my two gentlemen here will tell you what OSJ stands for.
Oklahoma
Senior Journal.
Beautiful. Here on Freedom 96.9 FM. We'll be right back. Hello, that's Robin. That's my cue. And so I'm coming back in here on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which stands for
Oklahoma
Senior Journal.
That's right. I like how y'all did that. Stereo. So we were at the cliffhanger, and we were talking about what does Frames with Photos do. Kurt was talking to us about it. And so let's just slide back right in there, and let's get what this Frames with Photo, you were explaining. Everybody has, we talked about this last night.
Yep. 90% of people
39,000 pictures on your phone.
90% of adults in the U.S. own a smartphone. There's actually more smartphones than there are people in the United States.
Interesting.
I think the average number of photos well over 1,000, 1,200 on the phone. And 2/3 smartphone owners actually have ordered a photo frame at some point within the last calendar year. So it's a growing industry. It's at $4.3 billion right now.
Wow.
Should be nearly $6 billion by the end of the decade. Mm-hmm. So we know it's a growing business. And the biggest thing is your biggest photo importer is right here in town in Hobby Lobby. One of the bigger photo print labs is here in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
In Candid Colors. So we all partnered up.
And you've got frames with photos.
I mean, we got frames with photos.
Now, the great thing about the company, as Kurt said, is everything's done here in Oklahoma. You know, the packaging, the delivery, the printing, the frames themselves all come right out of Oklahoma. So all the money stays here, money for the nonprofits. So that's one of the great advantages of it.
You were talking about these are great for gifts, not only for your own personal photos, but they're great to do for other people, and they can't believe how great it is. Basically, you go to the website and you just download your picture that you want, mm-hmm. and then you pick out the frame, because I'm sure you have all kinds of examples of frames.
Now, we have like 57 frames on the site right now.
Okay.
And that are always in stock, because we work very close with Hobby Lobby to make sure the frames are always available. Mm-hmm. And so you don't have to worry about that. So you can look through and pick out a frame that fits you. Plus the fact we have them in like 5 different sizes of photos. So you pick the photo size you want, and you can kind of maneuver the photo however you want to. Mm-hmm. And you can look at it in the frame. You can look at it on your wall. You can look at it on a desk. I mean, you can really see how it's going to look, and then you make the final decision.
That's great. What would be the turnaround on something like this?
It's normally shipped within the week.
Wow.
Yeah,
great.
You should have it within 2 weeks.
Yep.
Wow, fantastic, guys. Okay, so if nonprofits already have a main fundraising activity, why would they need frames with photos? I'm saying, why wouldn't they?
What we're saying is it's passive income.
Yes.
What we're really doing is we're marketing through our marketing partners, which are our charities. Actually, we're asking them to do is make this available to their database, make it available to their donors, make it available to the people who care about their charity or church. And then when they order on the link that they're provided, then the profits go right to the charity.
So basically, there's no money to come into frames with photos, meaning you wouldn't go, hey, Robin, put this much money down, and then you'll make a commission.
Yeah, that's right.
No money up front.
Yeah, there's a platform.
You just market it.
That's it. I mean, no, there's no investment at all for our marketing partners or charities.
Okay.
There's no cost to them at all.
Yep. We're just asking you to put our link in your newsletters, social media posts, email correspondence, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
And like I said, they're going to be in the magazine this coming end of April, 1st of May.
Well, what's great about this is they're actually saving memories. In other words, the whole thing is about having memories of your family, having memories of friends and that are framed that you could have displayed in your home and not just on your phone, but you could have access and show your other people about it. Because, that's one thing about it. We all have all those frames of our family, the people who we care about in our home, and this is one easy way to do it.
That's exactly right. And, it's so easy to just leave those pictures on your phone, and you just hate it. I mean, I scroll back through my phone and go, oh, my word, that would be so perfect as a picture in my house, So this makes it, frameswithphotos.com makes it so much easier, and it's all local, and it's helping nonprofits. Yep. So,
We've also got a virtual gift card that people can buy. Go on there and buy a frame, or you can go on there and buy a gift card. And what we loved about doing the virtual gift card is, number one, you can actually send it to an email address or send it to a phone.
Okay.
And number two, you can actually time the delivery. So it could be for a birthday or an anniversary gift or a Christmas gift. Makes a great business gift. Just think about, real estate closing. You take a picture of them and then you send them a gift certificate for a frame.
Yeah.
So we feel the gift card is real potential for growth there for not only family, friends, but for business to business.
I also can see where you might have a picture that they wouldn't have.
Right.
And then you could send them a gift card along with that picture and go, hey, you may want to have this up on your wall.
Right.
And you didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. Well, and George told a story last night about, he had a great photo taken.
Yes.
And he had it framed, and then everybody in the family that was there wanted the same thing. So
yes.
He was buying
You had how
pictures.
many did you?
7 or 8 framed
like
photos.
7 more. But the thing that it is, what is interesting is that everyone who orders a frame, they usually will come back and order 2 or 3 more frames in that year and every year. So it's a continual thing. This is kind of what we're trying to come back to your question is, it builds up for the nonprofit to where more frames are being ordered and their business builds up, so their commission
So
grows.
this is a way for nonprofits to make money besides fundraisers.
Yes.
Right.
Gotcha.
Besides that, and most nonprofits are volunteer driven.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And they've really got the human capital, the legwork to be able to do one big fundraiser, right? And they can't really be doing multiple fundraisers a year.
No, and it's a lot of time and effort to do a fundraiser.
Right.
So this makes it so much easier.
Exactly.
With revenue coming in.
Another benefit to the nonprofit is they each get their own draft board to where they can go on their board and they'll see all the activities. They'll know who's going on there, who's ordered, what orders it shipped, what's billed. I mean, it's totally transparent where they know everything that's going on with their business in Frames with Photos.
Okay, and I heard you say last night, Kurt, that you might do a little hand-holding in the beginning.
Sure.
So some people, I'm sure, are wondering that.
Come from the graphics and the promotion side, we've pre-built 9 or 10 email templates.
Okay.
We've pre-built quite a few social media posts and other things. So, and we know this could be a seasonal buy as well. So we'll probably have a Mother's Day, a Christmas, Thanksgiving,
birthdays,
stuff that we'll actually hand out to our marketing partners. But we'll do a hand holding initially.
Vacations.
Or as much as we possibly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want to do as much work for our marketing partners as possible. So they just.
I really like the way y'all set this up. It's all kinds of winning.
People are buying a product they already buy, but why not buy it, help a nonprofit and charity?
Exactly. And this is a great leading question. How do nonprofits sign up?
Well, we've got a paper contract ourselves. If they're here in town, we can go visit them and drop it off. Also on our website, on the top menu, there's a marketing partner link. They can go there, watch our video, and see how it works. Sign up there, and it's really easy. Just easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy to fill out the form.
Okay, yes. I filled out the form, 1 page.
Right.
So, yes, it was very easy. Did you have something to add, George?
Once they sign up, then they'll be contacted, and we'll help them do the marketing. Not just left in the lurch, but someone will be contacting them and working with them directly going forward to help them market.
We can't get into the answer of this question, but I'd at least like to ask it. If someone is a supporter of a nonprofit, how do I know they will receive funds from my order? Okay, so we'll get into that question when we come back from this break. We got to pay some air real estate. So we'll be back here on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which stands for
Oklahoma
Senior Journal.
Beautiful. I like how y'all mix it up. Here on Freedom 96.9 FM.
I'm Kurt McDowell.
I'm George McDowell.
And we're representing FramesWithPhotos.com.
And my swag store.
With FramesWithPhotos.com, we know most of you have pictures on your smartphone. Why don't you upload your pictures to our site and get a framed photo? It's all printed and mailed and shipped from Oklahoma City.
I've got all these photos on my phone. How do I get them framed?
You go to FramesWithPhotos.com.
And how does that work?
You go to FramesWithPhotos.com, you hit begin framing, upload your photo from whatever digital device you have, and then pick the frame, and we'll do the rest.
Do you mail it to me or mail it to my friends if I order it as a gift?
If it's a gift, we'll mail it to them direct. If it's to you, we'll mail it to you direct.
What if I just want to send them a gift card?
You can do that. We've got virtual gift cards available that can be delivered by email or by phone. We've got about 12 different stock cards you can choose from.
Well, that's awesome.
Visit FramesWithPhotos.com or call 405-849-4960.
Email address?
info@FramesWithPhotos.com.
Life moves in one direction, forward. No matter what each person's circumstances are, Synergy Home Care steps in with effective, comforting, life-affirming care that moves people and their loved ones emotionally and physically forward. From personal assistance, like bathing and dressing, to companion care to fight isolation and loneliness, to support with housekeeping, errands, and transportation services. Sometimes, just a little extra help can make all the difference. If you or your loved one has recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia, our person-centered convergence of care model brings together the best tools and resources, along with caregiver talents and specialized training to deliver a customized memory care solution for your family. Call Synergy Home Care today at 405-254-3046. Again, that number is 405-254-3046.
This is Marilyn Olson, Executive Director of Villages OKC. Today, I have a top opportunity for you. You could promote your company at the Villages OKC Top Golf Fundraiser coming in April. Whether you choose to be a Mulligan or an Eagle sponsor, this event will put you on the leaderboard. Registration is now up for a fun evening, a fabulous buffet dinner, and an opportunity to benefit the city's fastest-growing demographic, the mature adult 50+. You see, Villages is the one connection when families do not know where to start or whom to trust for local senior services. Sponsorship registration for the Villages OKC Top Golf Fundraiser is available online at villagesokc.org. You can call 405-990-6637. That's Villages OKC for a top opportunity.
Hey, Sharonda Wittenberg, tell me the name of your company.
GNS Cleaning Service.
GNS Cleaning Service.
You got it.
Wow, how long have you been in business?
Almost 9 years.
She actually works for me and my mother, and I can't say enough good about GNS Cleaning Services. Their phone number is 405-412-6046. That's 405-412-6046. Sharonda, what areas do you serve?
We have a 50-mile radius, so we'll go as far as even Guthrie, as far as sometimes Lindsay, just depending on the job.
50 miles outside the metro.
Yes, ma'am.
You also do commercial as well as residential and make-readies. What are make-ready?
Make-readies is someone who owns rental properties and a tenant has moved out and it needs some cleaning. The refrigerator, the stove, the microwave, the baseboards, the ceiling fans, the floor, sweep, my vacuum, all above.
I've actually have some rental properties and have used her services several times. Sharonda, what is that phone number again on someone to get a hold of you?
405-412-6046.
One more time.
405-412-6046.
G&S Cleaning Services.
That's it.
Hello, this is Robin Gunn. It is easier than ever to get the Oklahoma Senior Journal app on your smartphone or tablet. You can read all the OSJ issues, exclusive articles, all our radio shows, and it still has Find Your Car. Go to your app store and look for Oklahoma Senior Journal, or you can go to page 9 in our current issue and scan the QR code. And the best part about it, it's free. So check out the Oklahoma Senior Journal app today. Hello there, this is Robin Gunn coming back in here. We are talking to Frames with Photos, and I highly encourage you to go frameswithphotos.com. It will have a lot of questions there answered for you, and their phone number is 405-849-4960. But frameswithphotos.com is going to answer a lot of questions for you. So we wanted to get back into this question. If I'm a supporter of my nonprofit, how do I know they will receive funds from my order?
What we do when a marketing partner signs up is we actually develop an affiliate link code, and that is dedicated to them and only them. So every correspondence that the nonprofit sends out will have that code and that link. So when the buyer comes back from that link, we track the buyer to that marketing partner. And then once they buy the first order, the marketing partner gets credit and any succeeding order that they order from.
And there's a back office. They can follow all of this. And you guys can even help people with that. Mm-hmm. What fundraising services do you offer?
Well, we've added a swag store.
Okay, love to hear about that.
An online store. We started offering the store to particularly churches and nonprofits because a lot of them wanted the store. They didn't have the situation where they could have an inventory, pay for the store, pay for the people. What we can do is we're offering an on-demand store, and it's where there's no inventory needed, there's no commitment needed. We're just offering it to the supporters, a charity or attenders at a church. It gives the opportunity for the church members to identify with the church.
Sure.
Also offers opportunity for the church to promote special events.
Mm-hmm.
And we created a number of designs that were both inspiration. In fact, there's a couple designs we did for Oklahoma Senior Journal.
Yes.
That were, one was promoting their pets, and another was promoting just being old. So we're having a lot of fun with these designs.
Just getting started.
But you can
Second
what it is, you can put the identification on anything.
I prefer the term experienced.
What?
We prefer the term experienced, right?
Experience. Okay.
Well, so the swag bag store, you can go in there and there's T-shirts, there's hats, there's pins, there's what?
Yeah, there's whatever we want. Actually, we've got 400 items that we can fulfill worldwide.
Wow.
So
400. Okay.
And that's everything from T-shirts, sweatshirts, outerwear, caps, to drinkware, phone cases, in some cases tennis shoes, socks.
Yeah.
So there's quite a variety of stuff.
Sure, I'm sure all kinds of golf stuff.
It depends on them.
Well, what I was wondering is the swag store got a different website than the Frames with Photos.
They wanted to inquire about the swag store. Go to My Stores. That's spelled MISTORES.net.
Okay. Will you say that one more time?
MyStores.net. That's spelled MISTORES.net.
Yes. And this would be great for any churches or organizations, companies, services.
Any nonprofits, and we have for-profit businesses that we've.
Okay, and y'all handle all the inventory.
So we handle everything, and we work with the nonprofit for the margin they want on the store.
Right.
Okay.
And there's no out-of-pocket to build it, no out-of-pocket to pay for the goods.
Mm-hmm.
It's all we pay for everything. We just give them money, which is the way they like it.
Well, and yeah, a lot of nonprofits would love this too. I don't want anyone to get it confused. Frames with Photos is different from the swag store. So frameswithphotos.com. The swag store, what is that website?
MISTORES.net, mystores.net. And they can email me at sales@mystores.net as well.
What if I don't have my own design or need help?
Luckily, we are a full-service promotional agency, and we have our own graphic artists.
Okay.
We can do designs, and we can do the design for you.
This would be with your swag store.
Correct. If you take a bad picture, we can help you with that.
That's a whole different program. Yeah. Is there something you want to say about the swag store or Frames with Photos that we haven't covered yet, other than in our next segment, we'll definitely talk about how to get a hold of both of these. I'm putting the floor out in front of you.
Well, I think the main thing in looking at both these programs is they provide passive income for the charity or the church in this case, because essentially all they're doing is making it available, and then what is generated, then they get the commission from it. So they just essentially the charities would just be receiving a check once a month.
An individual, say like myself, with the Oklahoma Senior Journal. So I have the Oklahoma Senior Journal LLC, and I would be marketing this and then being able to either just receive commissions off of those orders.
Correct.
Okay. All right. We got to correct together. Okay. Well, it's, at first it was a little hard for me to grab everything, but I think I've got it all shuffled in my brain correctly. And I do want to make sure people know that they can do gift certificates at the swag store as well as Frames with Photos.
Correct.
Okay, good. And what does this mean by coupons?
Well, it could be a discount coupon or,
Okay. Gotcha.
percent off or dollars off.
Okay.
So
you can send that to people too.
Correct.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to take another break here on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which stands for
Oklahoma
Senior
Journal.
That's beautiful, guys. Freedom 96.9. When we come back, we'll certainly make sure you get all the information about Frames with Photos along with their swag bag store. Well, that's me. That's my cue. This is Robin Gunn with the Oklahoma Senior Journal. We're listening to ourselves right now on the Rise and Thrive OSJ Radio Hour, which has been brought home to you as
Oklahoma
Senior
Journal.
There you go. Journal. Well, I want to ask, both of you can answer this, or one of you, what do you want people to take away from this show?
We're looking for nonprofits, charities, agencies, schools, alumni groups, associations to partner with. We want people to know that if they know of a nonprofit that could use help fundraising, get them in touch with us or send them to our website and go to our marketing partner page, learn more about it. The video is less than 2 minutes long. So,
yeah, you have a video on your website, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
We do.
We watched it last night. So
I think the most important thing nonprofit needs to realize is that this does not detract from anything they're doing.
Right.
A lot of times they're concerned about that, and this just enhances what they're doing. And I think it's a good thing for them just to talk to us, and we could give them some advice on how to do it. One thing we've learned, too, is that a lot of the nonprofits are not really good on social media, not really good on promoting their nonprofit. And since marketing is our background, marketing is what we do, we can not only help them, we can help them with their brand and with their footprint. In addition, they're going to get bonus from that just by utilizing our services.
Okay, good deal. Well, I know people are going to have questions for you. So just go to that frameswithphotos.com and let me give you the phone number, which is 405-849-4960. 405-849-4960. And then we want to get back to the swag store before we have to cut off the show today. What is the website for the swag store?
It's mystores.net or mystores.net.
Is there a phone number for them?
You can call 405-848-3193.
One more time. Somebody's pen broke.
405-848-3193. And I'll even get you an extension, 101.
There you go. That's right. Gets right to it. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on here today. This really tied it all up for me, so I was glad I was here, too.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes.
I hope your audience understood what we were talking
about. And if not, they've got phone numbers and websites. So, again, on frameswithphotos.com, that's frames with an S, with photos with an S.com. Phone number 405-849-4960. If this just tickled your fancy a little bit, just give them a call to get more information. And don't forget the swag store. What is the name of your company again?
McDowell Incentives.
McDowell Incentives. Okay. And you've been around since 93?
Correct.
It's great, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. And we'll see you here next week. And don't hesitate to make the Oklahoma Senior Journal radio show something that you do every Saturday morning at 9:05. We'll see ya. 05. 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 We'll see ya. 05.